So here is another action figure recipe or Star Wars action figure recipe. So first, let us do a quick 360 view of the action figure that we have on hand. So all parts on this action figure are Ollie's best. Good stuff, cheap. So in a previous video, we made a kitbash of the standard Echo action figure. So it was a hand mod kitbash. So something that you could convert very easily. So just a drill and you're good to go. Okay, so this time it's going to be a little bit more complicated. So this is a conglomeration of 3 action figures. Okay, so this is Bad Batch Echo, and from whatever you have or could find at Ollie's, you could come up with ARC Trooper Echo. So majority of the parts belong to the 5th brother, and of course Bad Batch Echo, which you could find at Ollie's. So that is the evidence for $9.99. Now the only figure part that is not part of Ollie's best is going to be the upper arm actually, and the ball. So that is from my personal junk at home. It's going to be still a Star Wars Black Series action figure. It's going to be Imperial Officer Felix, which we got last year at Ross for $5. Okay, so the only tool that you would need to come up with this recipe is going to be a hair dryer, or you could even use the boil and pop method. So hot water, dunk the action figures, and separate the parts. Okay, but I prefer the hair dryer because I could just take the parts that I need to use and I don't need to dry them up. They're already good to go. Okay, so of course the head unit, that's going to be Echo, so with the head that it's inside that bucket. Now the tech piece is going to be 5th brother, so that's the only thing, that's 5th brother. This and the body armor and this forearm and the hand sets. Okay, so this part is going to be Imperial Officer Felix, so with this part, and the rest waist down, that's all Echo. Weapons are from G.I. Joe Classified Series, the junk weapons that we received. So with the other pistol, of course, ARC Troopers, they usually come or issued with 2 blasters. Okay, so since we cannot replicate one of these for the right side, we just have to use whatever junk that we have. So same thing that I did to my first recipe. There you go. So the pistols are the same except for the holsters, as you could see. Okay, so just hair dryer, take the forearm apart, take the upper forearm and the ball from the Imperial Officer Felix action figure. Actually very easy to do. They really succumb to heat very well after about 15 to 20 seconds of just blowing up heat on this section. You could pull out the arm, blowing up heat on this section, you could pull out the forearm, and that's it. So the body armor, of course, ARC Troopers, they have a certain style for the upper body armor, so the only thing that could really come close to it is going to be the 5th brother armor. Okay, and of course this is something that is before the Bad Batch Echo, wherein he still had all his appendages on board. So that's the reason why we have a full arm on the left, full arm on the right, but just a different looking armor, because of course this is going to be a Kitbash figure from whatever we could scrounge around at Ollie's. Good stuff, cheap. Okay, so other things that I also did to this action figure was to improve articulation points, and of course we added a little bit more, took off those armor shoulder pads from the Echo figure. So with this, and we just glued it, and when we placed on the body armor over the Echo body armor, we just drilled a hole. So we just tapped where, made a wild guess where the original hole is, and voila, 100% bull's eye. So no need to worry. Okay, so this is going to fit perfectly. Okay, so we're still using the original Echo backpack. Okay, so other things that I also changed. So articulation great, figure looks great, and very playable. So the head, it is not bunched up down because of the neck piece, which is longer than the standard Echo neck piece. Okay, so this, take a look at that. So that's what I did, was to take the legs apart. So hit up this section and then pull out the entire leg, left and right, and that make cuts. So you could do this. So you could raise the legs forwards and sideways, actually improving the articulation point on those thighs. So the same thing that I did to the other leg. And since this area is glued, actually molded together, we just made a cut on this section. So as you could see, guys, this is the original Echo piece. So that section, that's still molded together, while this section is already cut. And as evidence that I reduced the amount of armor for the thighs, so that is the original armor. That's how much it covers the thighs versus what we have right now. Okay, there you go. So just simple cuts. Anyway, this is going to be covered by the ARC Trooper skirt. And the leg, okay, so that is also an area of modification that I did. So it's connected on this point actually by a peg system. So what I did was just to make an X-Actonite cut on this section and just gluing the knee pad piece on this section of the boot. So this is the original piece, it's still connected to the thigh. So with the ARC Trooper Echo, so the knee guards are connected to the upper part of the shin armor. Okay, so it's going to actually look better. So after this video, after I edit and upload this, I'm going to do the same thing with this knee pad. So very simple mod, it's going to stick anyway. This piece is soft rubbery plastic, so it's going to adhere very well. There you go. So a simple recipe. So after a 2-hour hike on a Saturday, so I visited my local Ollie's and just picked whatever figure that I could scrounge for this build. And one other thing, the Fifth Brother neck piece, actually the base is going to, the hole is going to be a little bit bigger, and the echo neck peg, this part of echo on that action figure, the ball is going to be a little bit smaller. So if you don't want to use stick glue, you could always use something like this, so something that you wound around your pipe. So I just used some around to make the diameter of the ball a little bit bigger for this action figure. Okay, and actually once I applied it, it's really stayed in place, so not really much of a problem. So the head articulates very well, stays in place, and it's something that I could play with. Something to enjoy on a Saturday afternoon. So if you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe, and please do share recipes just in case you want to, and especially please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. That's the only thing, liking, commenting, subscribing, that's the only thing that's going to grow this channel, because lately I found out that somehow YouTube is not really promoting my videos. So it only takes about 3 hours, and if the videos does not pick, then they're going to junk the video. So no matter what buttons or whatever changes that you set up for this for a particular video that you upload, if it does not pick in 3 hours, the video dies. So that's really a bummer. Anyway, so if you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe to help me grow my channel. And see you on the next action figure or custom action figure review.